What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Listen, I thought we'd have a video or something. I didn't know we were doing it that way. Rob K lifted the hat. I was like, oh, he's going insane in the membrane. Muffins Martinez, it is what it is. OG, Boricua Don Don. Listen to me. I am super excited. Muffins Martinez said something, and Rob K said something. And I was like, you know what? I love this idea, and we need to do a show just on that because I never thought we'd see a new LAX, especially not in Impact Wrestling. And we got an LAX 5150, an MLW, which had Danny Limelight, Slice Boogie, Conan, and oh man, the guy that was super
Hernandez came back in too.
Huh?
Sean Hernandez came in for a taping.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about homie on the outside. I love
shit. Oh, the manager guy with the grill.
Yes.
I'm blanking on his name too.
I went black. He's gonna hate us for that.
I know.
Yeah, for sure, because he fucks with us. We did the interview. It was my kind of interview. He was in the hood and all that. I love the shit. But listen, we never thought we'd see it. We had a really cool spot, and it just kind of exited way too fast because they were hot as shit. Merch was hot as shit. A lot of fans were loving it. And while we were just talking about Mike Santana, if MLW was smart and they did sign Santana and they said, you know what, we got this love affair for factions anyway, why not bring back Slice Boogie, Danny Limelight, Julius Smokes is his name. Julius Smokes.
Thank you, Magic
Danny
Box.
Limelight, Slice Boogie, Mike Santana, and I want to throw this in because it's the big homie, because at this point, I think he'd be so clutch for MLW as King, Fatboy, Papo, Esco. If you added these four brothers together, I'm going to tell you right now, that demographic hits anywhere, wherever you go. They want to go high into the Latinos, and let me tell you something, this is it. Danny Limelight not only hits a Hispanic demographic, but he's also a United States former Marine. You know what I'm saying? That hits a whole nother bracket of people. Slice Boogie, he's really about that. Mike Santana, really about that. King Fatboy Papo was the king of the West Coast. That's the big homie. I think there's so many different looks, so many different types of personalities. All these guys are completely different, and they would touch on so many different aspects. A new LAX, a new faction, and let them run through MLW. I think Muffins is the one that said it. If you had Santana, they all came in, and MLW thought that, oh, we got them to go against Aztec or Lucha or Promotionals Dorado, whatever the war side is. And those guys act like they're there and enjoying them and take MLW out. It's the start of something we've never really seen, a complete real takeover like that. You know, like we've seen cool little things with like N.W.A, but that was just OD'd. DX had a cool moment, but this would be completely different. And the violent aspect of it, because MLW is really good with doing these cinematic things and all that other shit, I think it would be fire. Mike Santana, LAX, King Fatboy, Papo, Esco, Slice Boogie, Danny Limelight. Gentlemen, talk to me. Please talk to me.
Rob?
Okay, let me go first.
I went first last time, so I don't want to jump again.
Oh, no, don't. I was just going to be the quasi-downer on this one.
No, Rob.
No, get me wrong. On paper, I love the idea. But the thing is I find them as a whole in the current MLW environment that's already crowded with stables. Like where do they actually fit in? Like, yes, you're wanting kind of like a hostile takeover, which really, like, compared to the rest of the group, like most of the groups, like I would favor them almost over any other group, because pretty much the other power players, at least in terms of Azteca and Dorada, like they're just a bunch of outsiders, like warring amongst themselves. Really, there's not really any MLW talent like within those stables. So like, yeah, I wouldn't mind an LAX 5150 come back and clean house out of it all. But we've also brought up numerous times that MLW is very heel heavy to begin with, and heel stable heavy right now too. And so, like, yes, it could be a shot in the arm, but are people also going to go like, oh great, another heel stable to do another heel stable who's taking over? Like that's my concern. Otherwise, like I otherwise I love it. Just because like I've had some of my issues with, like, we'll call it with the promo styling of Daniel Limelight. I don't like him on the mic, but like in ring though, like I am perfectly fine with him in ring. And those guys have history within MLW anyway. And of course, you know, we've talked ad nauseum about Mike Santana. I guess then the secondary question is, does he want to come in and be part of a stable again though? Like, you know, but if we give him a good idea, he might be a bit more amicable to it.
You know,
I think that putting him as the face, the top guy, and obviously he's the kind of guy who goes against the Alex Kanes and the big guys. The other two could be a tag team, and then you have another one for like that open weight, or depending on if you're going to put Slice Boogie and King Fatboy Papo Esco, then a Limelight can go for like the what's that belt called?
The middleweight.
On the open weight.
The middleweight.
The middleweight, which I wish they called the money weight, like what's his name was calling. I thought that was dope. But you have an opportunity, I think, to utilize these guys kind of how they wanted the calling to dominate, and it kind of just flopped. I think this is the group that you could do that with, because they all are legit badasses in the ring. I mean, King Fatboy Papo would talk with anybody. Slice is kind of aggressive. He talks his shit. And Mike Santana could talk his ass off. So if you wanted, you could just throw Santana and Fatboy Papo Esco talk that shit, and the other ones are just about that business. I really want my tag team back, and I'm really biased. It's not a surprise. I'm usually biased with certain shit I like. Muffins, please talk to me. Rob made a damn good point, and I thought he was just going to air it out like this shit is not happening. I'm not feeling
I was going to say Friday. We get the show War Chamber coming up on Friday. We already know that Duran wants to talk to the renta in the ring to offer her some kind of deal. Now, to Kimmer's point about there's too many heel groups, this is if it's going to be an invitation to join together. Those both heel groups are gone because there's going to be just one name over the heel group. So you take two names out, you put something together, Azteca Dorado, Promociones, some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Now you bring Santana in as the face of the company, but he knows them. I need some help. I can do it on my own. Boom. Now you call out. I got some homies coming in. It's not LAX. It's not 5150. It's the Bodega. You got a different name news out there. Those guys already been using that name. Santana is the leader of the crew. He throw his own shit. All the three guys are there to back him up, take care of all other things. You got the tag team, you got the middleweight, you got the open weight. Santana's away from everything, just gives out the instructions. This is what we gotta do, blah, blah, blah. You guys watch my back, I'll watch your back. We do this together with the Bodega, blah, blah. You know, it's like they said, the Bodega's open. You can get anything you want, including a beatdown. It's that simple. You come in, you start your shit there, and you go from there. You know, you keep them babyface. Pretty soon, sooner or later, Dorado, de la Renta and Duran are going to break apart because they're going to, you know, you can't have two snakes being with each other too long because somebody's going to accept the other one. So that thing is not going to last too long. So somebody's going to jump over and try to take over the other side, and then that's when MLW people take over from the dissension that they're having, and you go from there. So we'll find out on Friday. You get all those stupid names out. You put one name, WTF. What's going to happen with them? Nobody knows. There might be the lightning shining armor guys later in the future if the Latinos take over. There might be the ones that Court Bauer is going to have to do a deal with them to come onto the MLW side and try to save the company. So different ways to see things, baby. You gotta, you know, get yourself out of your own mind and see it from up here.
I love the bodega idea because the bodega, anyone that's ever been anywhere, there's a bodega, right? Like you all got your chopped cheese and all that shit. Your 50-cent quarter waters and whatever. Because they were 20 cents, 25 cents. They were quarter waters. Now they're like 50 cents now. Yeah. But you always got your shit in the bodega. And like you said, it might not be known mainstream like LAX, right? Because LAX, even before Santana and Ortiz, you had with Homicide and all the OGs. Bringing in the bodega is something fresh. It hits with anyone that's ever been to a bodega, like, oh, this is that shit, right? The bodega, baby. So, Rob, would you be okay with that explanation? I love yours.
Muffin solved like most of my issues coming into it. It's just, and unfortunately, then my head goes like, well, that makes too much sense, so no one's going to do it. Oh, Muffin's with the light show again. He's slowly figuring out technology.
Yes. That was cool.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I am down with Muffins' idea. It's just a matter of like everything else wrestling. I can sit here and say I'm going to hate it if something happens, and if they actually come up with a good idea to go through with it, like it'll be great. The problem is I let my guard down, and then I get sorely disappointed with sometimes rudimentary booking.
Yes.
Like there are definitely times, and this is every company, not just MLW, where I sit there and go like, dude, I'm just a neckbeard from out in the middle of nowhere, and I know how that story's supposed to end, and that's not how it ended. And now my head hurts because you took something pretty simple and overcomplicated it.
Well, and that's where we, as the GM, couch
armchair
GM,
bookers.
The GM bookers here at home, we have it booked a specific way. We think it's gonna go that way, and then they give you something that's, oh, damn, I never thought of that. Now you got to go into your notebook and scrap everything out that you wrote for the next year of what you thought was going to happen, because now it didn't go the way that you wanted it. That's why we stay home and do podcasts and pretend that we know what the hell's going on.
We're the experts.
No idea.
For the record, I am terrible at Extreme Warfare Revenge, just in case anyone is aware of that game's existence.
Like, don't ever give me a no booking club, nothing. Because I will be using the same story for the next year.
Man, stop it. If you had an opportunity, you do your free bird thing right off the rip. You try to build up.
But if Muffins does it, it'll be fresh because it's like 50 years old.
Yeah.
So the kids hadn't seen it yet. Just like whatever happened Tuesday night on NXT, Braun Breaker doing the like flippy power slam out of the Doomsday device. Guess what? That was like the finish to like WrestleMania 8 in the Steiner Brothers match like 30 years ago.
Yeah. Well, the
time is a flat circle, my friend.
Yeah, the Freebirds is the bodega. The bodega we're trying to do what the Freebirds did 50 years ago now in the Latino version, with just three guys being the ones that were go and switch teams, because you have three different guys trying to do what the Freebirds were doing. You don't see that anymore, where three guys been together for such a long time, following each other for different companies with different companies, doing the same thing. The Freebirds lasted so long because they kept that friendship going in other companies. So people left there, boom, okay, let's bring the other one, he's free, let's bring this guy over here. N.W.A, WCW, only for like a week or two before McMahon fired those guys, like, oh, these guys are too much for my company, they gotta go back to the N.W.A, back to WCW. That's what they did for 20 years of their lives. So it could be done. The bodega is the new Freebirds right here.
All right. So I want to do two quick predictions real quick, because I know Muffin hates them. Wow, you are feeling yourself. It is a party today.
I love it, bro. I love that.
So we have two War Chamber matches. One WTF versus what's their group called right now? It's
Second Gear Crew and Cozy Max. They don't have a super stable name yet.
Okay.
That I'm aware
so
of.
we'll call them MLW team.
Okay. Team MLW versus WTF. Who you got?
Well, I would love Team WTF to go over, but because of Davey Boy Smith and the homie Mr. Bodyguard, holiday. But we know that, unfortunately, the good guys will get this win because it's Team MLW. So,
well, and WTF doesn't like to win big matches overall.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Tag team title match notwithstanding.
Yes.
So, Rob, you're going Team MLW as well?
Grudgingly, yeah. And to like the world heavyweight champion is on that team. It's not a great look for his team to lose. I mean, yes, he doesn't have to take the fall. I mean, there's another 50-year-old man on the team to take the fall if necessary. But but it's still not a great look to have your champion surround himself with losers.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to play the odd man out here, even though I don't really care for what WTF. But I'm going to go WTF just so we don't have a clean slate of Team MLW. And then you got what's the other one called? The Resurgence versus the Calling?
Calling in the Response.
The Response. So, I mean, I'm going to throw this out there. I will never pick the Calling for anything. Don't care who it is. I want the Calling to lose. Therefore, it's everybody over the Calling every single time they have a match.
No, for sure. The first responders.
The first responders. Team EMT. Who you got?
Yes. Yeah, TEMT.
See, I don't have a good answer for this one because my answer really is going to be whatever the antithesis is of the other War Games match. So if the faces win War Games, the heels will win the other War Games. I think they're going to make sure one of each alliance wins. So if Team MLW wins, I would say that the Calling will end up winning. And really, my gut says they'll give it to the Calling anyway, just because looking who's on the Response side outside of Akira and Jake Christ.
I just have one question. Do you think Raven will show up or he'll be just a hologram?
It'd be great. It's just a giant Raven face in the background, but it's 3 on 4 in the ring. So it's a handicap match in there, but it's just Raven shouting philosophial non sequiturs at his team. Actually, I will give that Meltzer's Dome star ratings if that happens. It's just Raven on the screen in the background spouting philosophical as his team's bleeding all over the mat.
Come on, you guys could do it. Yes,
just
morale.
I will give Court another $20 million that I don't actually have if that happens, just because I will be so
20.
So
happy.
I'll give
$20 million in Monopoly money.
I'll give him
$20.
money. I'll give him $20. But that would just entertain me to no end, just to watch Akira, Jake Christ, and Jimmy Lloyd just writhing around on the mat bleeding, and Raven's just up there talking about Murphy's Law randomly or whatever. It'd be great.
And one more match, Chef. Bad Dude Tito's supposed to do a call out to a champion. Do we think RSP
Mr. 500?
Yeah, do you think he gets called out? He goes out RSP and he finally loses that damn middleweight belt or open weight belt, and Bad Dude Tito wins the belt.
I think Bad Dude Tito might be the next champion. I think Bad Dude Tito is going to call out
RSP,
heavyweight
right?
champ.
Are you thinking Kojima?
No,
yeah, I think he called out Kojima and beats him.
Nah.
Yeah.
Really? No.
Bro, think about it. This isn't supposed to be the longest time they're here. They've been here for a little bit. That
why the heavyweight title though?
They're going to be here.
But why Kojima though?
I say more why Tito? Why Tito?
Yeah.
Well, I don't. He's calling somebody out, and I think he's going to
RSP,
win.
right? Ricky Shane Page and get that damn title that he never defends anyways.
Nah, I think it's going to be Kojima and going to Chicago with all the Spanish wrestlers. You don't use the Asian guys.
Dude, I don't know, man. Holy shit!
Tito for champion.
You took me out to left field beyond the left field.
Way too left field.
Jesus,
man! I'm just gonna throw out there that Bad Dude Tito, as he made as you noted in our conversation prior, and Tito himself notes online, he is Mr. 500 right now.
Yes.
However,
1-on-1.
Where does that fall into a world heavyweight title opportunity, ladies and gentlemen? What did he deserve?
Della Renta run shit.
I don't know, man.
Like what? Like the world has gone crazy at this point. Like if that happens, like that lends more credence to Muffins Martinez promoting me as a number 1 contender to like any title in MLW.
But he's not promoting you.
He's not promoting me. He's a terrible promoter.
Dude,
you are the podcaster.
War Chambers, yeah, let's War Chambers too, and then we start the promoting. I still got April. I still got the whole of April.
My apologies.
Come on now. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, he's bound to be determined to have me beaten in Chicago. That's the thing. He doesn't. Yes. I can't have title matches just anywhere. It's got to be in Cicero.
Got to be Chicago.
But it's
your backyard.
It's kind of like
in your home crowd.
Yeah, it's your backyard.
It's my home crowd.
It's your home crowd in front of your home crowd. It has to happen. May 11th in your home front of your home crowd.
Just to let you know, my adopted city is technically like Seth Rollins' territory. Just FYI. And in real life, I'm from the middle of nowhere. Chicago is where we go on field trips because the big city was fancy to our small little town.
Yeah, you go there for vacation, right? We go on vacation. We go to Chicago.
We go see the Shed Aquarium. We see the Field Museum, and then we come back home. That's like a 5-hour drive from my hometown.
So if Bad Dude Tito ain't calling out Kojima, hold on, and you think he's gonna call out RSP where?
Yes,
he's got to go through a war chamber.
Well, that doesn't mean the match has to be at that event. Like he's just calling someone out.
True.
He's just calling someone out.
And knowing RSP and knowing some of the bookings in MLW, he'll beat him right there for the title.
I mean, I'll buy that for $1. I'll buy that for $1.
Dude, you don't bet.
I'm with it. I still think he calls out the Kojima guy.
No, God, no. God, jeez. You threw me out the field with that
one. Bad champ, baby. Rob K, who's he calling out and why? I know you already said it, but let's get it out there because I want you to have a voice.
RSP, like the Openweight Championship has been dormant.
Yes.
For the last couple of months, and really, like, it's only been a convenient plot device for the most part since Ricochet and Page has held the title anyway. So
and Tito can take it back to the Japan and defend it out there.
What? Okay. Looking at long-term booking, that isn't going to happen.
That's not going to happen?
Yeah, it's not going to happen. It might make too much sense. And it's long-term booking. These things don't actually happen in real life.
You stupid.
So National Openweight Championship. Tito wins it. Meanwhile, they have another dude who's also a quasi MLW guy, an MLW / New Japan guy who's declared war on New Japan and its wrestlers. So this is a way. This is a roundabout way of giving an MLW championship to our fast food breakfast sandwich friend that isn't the world championship, because I think they are slightly aware enough of his reputation and that it might tank MLW if they gave him the world title. So this is their way of backdooring a championship to our bro.
Well, he has the New Japan TV title.
Yeah. Well, and he's feuding with all the New Japan guys.
Yeah.
So, like, in theory, anyway, and they've already had a match. So why not? So it's just taking the long train to feud still that way.
Bad Dude Tito calls out RSP, beats RSP, Matt Riddle, then beats Bad Dude Tito?
Down the road. Yeah, give it a couple months.
Okay. I
could see that, yes.
It makes narrative sense, really.
Yes.
As much, and he's the one taking the belt to New Japan.
And he actually beat him in Japan for the belt. Make it more exciting in a different country.
Hype up the MLW New Japan partnership. Have a title change on a New Japan, like an actual New Japan show.
Since
if they let him go to Japan.
Yeah, since God knows you can have one MLW guy in CMLL. So.
I mean, hopefully that changes.
Anyways.
So listen, we talked everything we wanted to talk. We talked a little more. Y'all got some more. Spotify, all that good shit. Rob K, MLW Confusion. You'll see him on 2 different podcasts, I think, next week. He's putting in the work. Me and Muffins, we're just kind of we do this shit. And that's that. Yeah, we're like the small fishes in the small ponds. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, for myself, two big homies, we out of here. Deuces.
Deuces.